A very good morning to all of you. Hope all of you are doing well. Great. Good morning, Vipul. Good morning, Ashok. Good morning, Bhumika. So great. It's wonderful to see so many students on a Sunday morning immediately after exams, and I'm sure that you people must be having a lot of expectation from this session. Definitely will try to fulfill it. And I'm sure that after 90 minutes of this discussion, you will get a lot of insights about what you have to do in these days. Approximately, it will be around maybe 50 days, maybe 55 days, depending on when your results will be out. So great. Once again, a fantastic morning to all of you. And I would definitely expect a lot of conversation, and I would expect that it will be both ways conversation that we'll be doing. So first of all, I will start with a brief introduction of myself. My name is Gunjan Shrimal, and I know a few of you. We had some discussion earlier as well. So this is like I would say this is 16th year of my CA qualification, right? Although I don't look that old, I'm sure, but yes, I cleared my CA in 2007, and post that I'm into different lines, and those lines are, of course, around job interviews, job placements, industry orientation. So I started in 2000 when I completed my CA in 2008. I mean, that year itself, I completed my industrial training with Bank of America, and immediately I joined the one of the leading corporate, that is Idea Cellular. Idea at that time, yes, you all know that it was one of the leading telecom company, and we got that placement through Institute Campus. You all know that Institute organizes campus, and those years were the initial years of the Institute Campus, and definitely the momentum is all there for a very long time. From 2008 to 2022, I can see that there is a lot of improvement that is happening every year. New companies are also participating. So that was the year when I started, and then I switched to another company that is called as Tikona Digital. So I spent 4 years around Tikona Digital, and that was a startup company at that point of time. After that, I worked for a multinational company called as Axiata. Axiata is one of the leading telecom company of Malaysia. So I worked out of India for 2 years over there, and that was again into a similar role into telecom business, mostly into financial planning and analysis. After that, I returned back to India, and I joined Apollo Group of Hospitals. You may have heard of Apollo Group. It is one of the largest chain of hospitals in India, and I joined there in one of their subsidiaries as a chief financial officer. So it has been a fantastic journey post qualification. There have been a lot of profiles that I could see. There were a lot of career decisions that I have taken. From after Apollo Hospitals, I started my own training institute named as CampRep. Right, CampRep is basically an abbreviated version of campus preparations. So from 2017 onwards, we are into campus preparation, and so far, I'm very happy that we have been catalyzer to more than 1,000 students, both the chartered accountants and MBA professionals. So in all, there have been a lot of students who are working in Big Fours, in top multinational companies, who are working for top foreign banks, who have been our students. And I'm very glad that there is some contribution from our side for that matter. So this is the journey, and we have been continuously doing these trainings throughout the year. So this would be our 5th year, and we can say that it will be our 12th batch that we'll be taking care of. Today's session, yes, so the introduction is all about just to give you an idea about where we are heading towards, right? There are a lot of questions that I've normally faced from a chartered accountant, from a fresher chartered accountant, and you are just a few days and few months away from becoming chartered accountant, and I'm sure that these questions might have started coming in your mind, that what I have to do after completing my CA finals, right? So let's talk about that. So basically, this will be the coverage for today. As I told you that we have covered a lot of students, and हम लोगों ने काफी लोगों को institute में देखा है. So lot of students, sometimes we have seen that they have made mistakes, right? Sometimes they've taken right choices, right? So first we will talk about few stories. Okay. Obviously I know that आप लोगों ने exams अभी face किए, and you may be in tremendous, you want to relax, but suddenly like there may be these questions starts coming that what do you have to do after finals. So we'll not make it very intense, but believe me, this is a very, very tricky discussion that we will be doing. Ultimately, everybody wants to start their career, right? So CA course is definitely completing your finals is very important, but ultimately you want to start your career. Career decision is a very, very tricky discussion. Okay, you need to treat it just like another subject. Just the way you treat taxation or financial reporting or GST, you should treat campus preparation as one of your subject. That is something which I would definitely urge from all of you, that don't take it just like any other subject, which is you can handle the way you have. If you think that I'm prepared, I'm quite prepared for my CA final, so I can handle interviews. It is a different subject altogether. So please treat it like that. So we'll talk about the stories of mistakes and right choices. That is something we'll start with. After that, we'll talk about campus. The institute organizes a campus. And after that, we will do a campus quiz. What is campus quiz? Campus quiz is basically, I'll be asking you a few questions. Okay. And those questions are real questions that were asked by the companies in their campus rounds of year. So you will get a good idea about like what kind of questions they ask, what is their thought process, and am I really prepared about that or not, right? In the whole discussion, we'll be talking about that how you have to utilize your 2 months, right? So that is the core agenda for today. Let's talk about that. So this is something which you will be facing maybe around 18th of January when the results will be out. So we will be doing this discussion after qualification, right? What after CA qualification? This is my normal starting summary sheet, which has all these questions, whether I will start my career with investment banking or management consulting, or I should start in India, I should start in abroad, whether I should prepare for my technical interviews separately, how much I have to emphasize on Indies. So all these kind of questions, whether I should go for institute campus or I should go for off campus. I have given so many number of attempts, whether I will be eligible for institute campus or not. So you will have multiple questions around all these things, because as I told you that this is a completely different subject. So of course we will be talking about that, but not now today, right? Today's agenda is definitely different. Today's agenda is this one, basically what after CA final, right? Abhi hum CA final exams ki baat kar rahe hain. So we'll be talking about only things which are related to CA finals. Yeah. Okay, so some of the options which normally when I speak with students that what they should do. Okay, so they suggest tell me, like, these are some things which can we do, right? So one is basically financial modeling course, right? Some students are, they believe that financial modeling course is good one. Second is basically Ind AS certification, any kind of Ind AS certification that I should do. Excel courses. Excel is definitely an important tool that you will be using after your qualification, and in fact during your articleship as well, you would have used. After that, internships, right? Some of you may be thinking of joining your firm or doing some kind of internships. GST certification, NISM courses, campus preparations, planning about MBA or CS, whatever, any or CFA, whatever, and job, right? So these are some of the options that normally a student think about, that अभी like I have 50 days, okay, in 50 days में मैं ये points plan कर सकता हूँ, right? So I am sure that I have tried to cover few points. If you have any other points in your mind, right, or if you have any questions related to these ones, right, so we'll be talking about that. So as I told you that we will be talking about stories, right? So these stories starts from here. But yes, definitely, if you have any questions, any options for these 50 days, you can write it in the chat box. That yes, this is something which we can think about, or which we can do at this point of time. Right, otherwise we'll go ahead with these ones, right? So normally this is the thought process, and let's talk about a group, as we deal with a lot of students. So this is one of the group. Okay, great. So there are a few more options, CISA or freelancing. Yes. Okay, so so there are a lot of options which are available, and you can certainly write it. We'll make it open forum also for discussion. So this is a story about a group who have thought about all these things just like you, right? Every year this same thing happens. Every 6 months we face these kind of questions from various students. So they actually they have these options in their mind, right? And they discuss about whether I should go for financial modeling, or whether I should do NISM courses, or I should go for freelancing, or whether I start my job itself, whether I do campus preparations, whether I do Ind AS certification, right? So these questions were there in their mind. And then suddenly, like after all these thought process and all, they thought that abhi to just exams khatam hue hain, right? So why to take so much of tension? ठीक है, अभी बहुत ज़्यादा heavy हो चुका है already. So what they do? So they basically go for a party, right? वो immediately एक party में चले जाते हैं. ठीक है, आज Sunday, you must have planned something. I'm sure that you may be definitely enjoying that. इतना सारा tension कोई नहीं लेना है. Will enjoy, right? So I'm sure that your evening is definitely booked. But what will happen right after that? Okay, after 2 days, again you will find that same questions will again crop up. Okay, so same questions will come, that okay, whether which thing I have to do, which thing I have to not do, all these kind of things will start again popping up. Okay, so these questions will not go away. These questions will continuously chase you. Right, so let's talk about the first person who has taken a decision, to join a financial modeling course. Okay. Every year, like as I told you, people take decisions and to utilize these times. So he has taken a decision of joining a financial modeling course. After joining my financial modeling, the purpose of him joining financial modeling course is to get into investment banking, right? Because a lot of you must have heard of investment banking, which is a very good profile. Although we will talk about all these profiles in our next session, which is the next Sunday. Next Sunday, again, part 2 of this series will come. Okay, and we'll talk about the deep discussion about what are the various profiles. So, but you must have a broad idea about what is investment banking. So he thought of doing getting into investment banking. That's why he opted for financial modeling. But what happened, right? उन्होंने financial modeling course complete कर लिया. The moment the shortlisting comes, okay, जैसे ही आप CA बनते हो, institute campus organize कराते हैं और उस campus में आपकी shortlisting होती है, right? I'll talk about the process, but in short, the companies basically select few of the candidates. The companies participate in the campus. Almost 100 companies, more than 100 companies participates every year in the institute campus, right? So there was no company which has shortlisted this guy, okay, who was into investment banking space. So investment banking का इन्होंने जो certification किया था, that could not got any use, right? In fact, he got shortlisting from Wipro, right? ये real story है. उनको shortlisting आई Wipro से, right? Wipro is a very good company. Wipro conducts a program called as cohorts program every year, and they provide you 2 years of training in that, and you get to learn a lot of things about various positions in the organization. Wipro basically conducts their first round as a written test, okay, and that written test is all about maths and aptitude, right? So what he did is he did a preparation about investment banking, financial modeling, and suddenly he got shortlisting from Wipro, which is not exactly into investment banking, but he wanted to go into Wipro because it offered a very good package and the profile was also nice enough, right? But उनकी तैयारी नहीं थी, right? उनसे एक mathematics से question पूछा गया, right? It was a long paper, but yes, mathematics से questions पूछे गए and he was not able to solve it. ठीक है, ये mathematics से questions कौन से थे? These mathematics questions were from 9th and 10th standard, right? So you just like I'll tell you 3-4 stories, and then I think I will conclude on all these things. So first, I would suggest you to please hear it out, right? Hear out all these stories, and then we'll talk about the conclusion of all these, right? So this is the first one. Second story is about management consulting. Somebody wants to go into management consulting. He prepared everything, whatever is required, right? Case-based questions, case interview-based questions, understanding various aspects with that. Again, the problem was same. He had multiple attempts, and there was no company for management consulting as well. Again, no shortlisting. He got shortlisted for Big Fours. All Big Four, you all know, right? They asked them questions which are related to Ind AS, right? And this guy studied financial reporting long back. उन्होंने financial reporting almost 2 या 3 attempt पहले study किया था. So he forgot everything about what is Ind AS. And the moment Big Four, naturally they focus too much on Ind AS part, he could not able to answer it and he could not get selected for that Big Four as well, right? So these are the stories of mistakes, right? You have to understand, and you need to just capture the message behind it. Okay. Third story is he opted for a part-time job, right? इन्होंने सोचा कि like let's utilize this time and let's do some part-time job in CA firm. Okay. In CA firm, what he learned is in these 50 days is learning about income tax filings, GST filings, regular जो filings होती हैं, he learned about all that. He got shortlisted in Vedanta. Vedanta, you all know, it's a fantastic company, metal company. Okay, इनका shortlisting हुआ Vedanta में, and Vedanta conducts group discussion as their first round of selection process. In the first round of group discussion, the topic came that can India become a $5 trillion economy, right? And he was not ready for that. Okay, he could not make it. And please remember that I will be asking you these questions in the campus quiz, right? I'll be asking you question, that mathematics question. I'll be asking you that Ind AS based question. I'll be asking you some points related to group discussion, right? So he was asked this question. He faced a group discussion, but he was not ready for that group discussion and could not clear Vedanta. Another was a story about a person who thought that I should focus more on Indies. Somebody told him that please read Indies because Indies is very important for your campus selection process. So he studied Indies and he got shortlisted for Big Four. Now, Big Four definitely focus on Indies, but they focus on the practical application of Indies, right? They ask you applied knowledge of Indies, right? So for one of the question which they asked is that how will you recognize the revenue for a telecom company if it is a prepaid and postpaid customers? You all know that the telecom company has prepaid and postpaid subscribers. So how will you recognize the revenue as per India's 115 for prepaid and postpaid subscribers, right? So this is the question which anyway I will be asking you again in the end of the discussion. But this is the scenarios which they have faced, right? So this is the story of some mistakes which they have made, right? Now, what is the mistake which they have made, right? Let me take a quick view from your side. If you can just simply write in one line that what is the mistake which you believe that these people have made. Guidance maybe, okay. Not prepared for interviews, right? Very good. Not prepared for interview as per past question as well. Those companies, very good, right? Harsh, bang on, very good specific point. Not revising the concepts that were studied long back, concentration only on one area, current affairs. Okay, very good. They started preparing without knowing the requirement for interviews. This is also fantastic, Himanshu. They should have taken knowledge of everything rather than in one particular area. Okay, so two answers which you people have given. I think that is the thought process which we need to understand. That not prepared for interview as per the past questions asked by these companies. And second is that they start preparing without knowing the requirement of interviews, right? These two are definitely very good answers. Also not preparing the industry they were trying to get into, right? So this is something which we'll further talk about. Now, this is a smart group, okay? A smart group, yes, this is all, these are those people, right, who really, I mean, first plan and then implement something like that. And I'm sure that you all belong to this group only, where you would plan first and then implement, right? कुछ लोग कर जाते हैं उसके बाद सोचते हैं, वो गलत है. आप पहले सोचो फिर करो, right? That is something which will create the difference. So campus preparation is a tricky subject, right? More than hard work, क्योंकि आप hard work कर चुके हो, right? आप सभी और आप hard work कर सकते हो, because CA के students, yes, you all know that studies आप काफी कर सकते हो. It's about tricky, right? It's a tricky subject. So आप थोड़ा सा अगर smart work करोगे, right, you will get what exactly you're looking for. So this is a smart group. They started preparation. They started utilizing this time based on the expectation in the companies where they will be shortlisted for, right? उन्होंने reverse start करा. They started, okay, so where I will be getting shortlisting, okay? They started from that particular thing. So first of all, you people have to understand that which all companies have participated in the past years. If 150 companies have participated in previous campus, so please see the trend of last 3 campus. Okay, more or less similar companies will come in this campus as well, right? I hope that most of you are opting for job. Yes, those who are opting for practice, we will definitely have your questions as well. But right now, I am focusing on the job side. So if you have to really understand that which companies will shortlist me, please see the past year's trend, right? So these are the companies which are shortlisted, which have participated in the campus, right? And I'm sure most of you joined our Telegram group. आप Telegram group join कर लो. I'll send you the link of that group, and you will get the listings last 3 years, which all companies have participated in the campus, so that you can have a look at. You can see that these are the companies which I could target. Okay, so that is the exhaustive list of all the companies. Second is that out of those companies, which companies will shortlist you? आपको कौन सी companies उसमें से shortlist करेंगी, right? Shortlisting means based on your resume, based on your number of attempts, based on your marks, कौन सी companies आपको shortlist करेंगी? So ये एक बहुत important discussion है, which is based on your number of attempts and your marks. Every year you will see that based on number of attempts. Okay, it is a very hard to digest, right? Number of attempts. Whenever somebody asks number of attempts, I never like it. Okay, but this is a hard reality that the shortlisting is based on number of attempts and marks, right? So based on that, which all companies will shortlist me. Okay, so from here you will get a good idea about that. These are the companies in which I will be shortlisted, and I should prepare myself according to that, right? This is the best strategy. Yes, rankers also, right? We'll talk about that. I'll show you a slide about one of the batch in which various students have got different shortlisting based on their number of attempts, ranks, and all those things. So you will get an idea about that, that these are the various criterias before the shortlisting, right? So the first step is basically identifying that this is the set of companies that will be shortlisted, so that you can start your preparation accordingly. Otherwise क्या होगा? आप preparation किसी एक particular part का करोगे और end of the day आपसे questions कुछ और पूछे जाएंगे, right? So I hope so far everything is going fine. Yes, आप लोग समझ रहे हो from where I am coming from. Okay, so let's talk about few success stories, right? कुछ success stories की बात करते हैं. Like this is one of our student from November 18 batch, right? He did very good articleship in taxation. Taxation में उन्होंने काफी deep knowledge gain किया था. He took 6 attempts, right? Because of 6 attempts, yes, definitely he was not getting enough number of calls. ठीक है, उनको calls उतने नहीं आ रहे थे, interview calls. और उसका एक रीजन ये भी था that he thought कि मैंने तो taxation में internship करी है, articleship करी है, so I will get only taxation related jobs. So he thought that I will get into only taxation. Now one is already because of attempts he was not getting too many shortlistings, and second he put another filter of taxation, that I will go only for direct taxation. So there was no company left after that because of these two things. Okay, and there were not many companies. So we had a discussion. I told him that please prepare exceptionally well for Big Four. Okay, but he told me कि ऐसा काफी जगह सुनने में आता है कि like 3 attempt के बाद Big Fours लेती नहीं है. So ये basically जब वो campus के अंदर आते हैं तब होता है, right? Pool campus होता है या कोई private campus होता है, institute campus होता है. They have that criteria. Sometimes they write it, sometimes they don't write it. Okay, but if you go off campus, right, there are chances. Okay, and definitely you should give a try. So he studied very well for Indies, right? The way Indies should be studied, he prepared well about that, and he applied through all the sources, right? His own sources, through our sources, and he got a call from one of the Big Four, and in the very first shot he cleared their interview round and he started working from the Big Four itself, right? So this is one of the way you can save your time, right? Normally we have some preconceived mindset that this is this, I cannot get into this one, that one. So you should please delimit yourself, right? There is nothing like that. You are a fresher, you can get into any area, okay, from what is available, right? जो availability उनमें से आप किसी भी area में जा सकते हो. So this is one story of the smart working. second story about a person who wanted to go to Gulf countries, right? उनको इस clear था कि life में I have to earn a lot of money, right? So he has a very good clarity in his mind that in outside India, in Gulf, I will get almost 2 times, 3 times, whatever, of what I will be getting in India. So he had this thing in mind. But again, he realized that for a fresher, the competition is very tough. Okay. So in that way, he understood that first he has to, it's not a direct entry to that country. So he started his first job immediately. So you won't believe, he was so clear that the moment results were out, within first week, he got into one of the job, right? He had 4 attempts. So he thought that I have to immediately start my job. I won't wait for, I know that what all companies will shortlist me. So he immediately started off campus, got a job. The first month itself, he started his job. मतलब जब तक लोग ढूंढ रहे थे job, तब तक उन्होंने job start कर दिया. Within 6 months, he moved to another Big Four. And now, after a year, he moved to Oman. Sorry, he moved to Qatar, right? In the Gulf, जहाँ पर उनको जाना था. तो अगेन लाइक आपका अगर प्लान बड़ा क्लियर है कि मुझे ये पर्टिकुलर लाइक आई वांट टू गो आउट और आई वांट टू डू दिस और दैट, सो यू कैन प्लान अकॉर्डिंगली, राइट? प्लान्स आर अवेलेबल हैं, बट यू जस्ट हैव टू हैव स्लाइट विजन वेरी क्लियर, राइट? सो प्लान फर्स्ट एंड देन एक्ट आफ्टरवर्ड्स. This is a story about someone who did exceptionally well for their group case study. Hindalco once participated in the campus, and they did a lot of rounds. And in that one, group case study was one such round, right? And she did extremely well for that for that round. And fortunately, the same panel came in interviews as well, right? So the kind of impression they got in the case study. So some of you think that, okay, these days, since the interviews are happening virtually, okay, do we really have to prepare for group discussions? Because normally group discussions happens in the physical format, but it's not like that. Companies are still doing group discussions, okay, although very few companies now compared to what were happening earlier. In that comparison, very few companies are doing. So you have to understand again the past trend, which companies are regularly conducting group discussion. For example, PSUs are, some of the PSUs still doing. Vedanta is doing that. ITC is doing that. Okay. Then there are Wipro has come once for not for their IT business, but for their FMCG business. They conducted a group discussion. So still it is happening, but certainly it has reduced, right? The percentages have drastically reduced. We'll talk about that, that which companies conduct what after that, right? So these and then there are a lot of stories like this. Okay, success and mistakes stories are always there. Now we just have to conclude about what we have just discussed, right? Again, I'll come on to this slide itself, that what you should do right now. That is the biggest question in front of you. तो देखो, इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर ये है कि आप इसमें से जो भी करना चाहते हो, राइट? इफ यू वांट टू डू अ फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग, यू वांट टू डू इंडेस सर्टिफिकेशन, यू वांट टू डू एक्सेल कोर्स, डेफिनेटली डू दैट. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि आपको वो नहीं करना है. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, राइट? जो मैंने आपको मिस्टेक्स वाली स्टोरीज बताई थी, उसमें इन्होंने ये कोर्सेस करे थे, राइट? बट उन्होंने मिस्टेक ये करी थी कि दे डिड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड द इंटरव्यूअर्स रिक्वायरमेंट. So you have to do some, you should do, if you want to do any kind of course, you should definitely go for it, but it is not sufficient, right? You have 60 days, so allocate these days to various preparations. So please don't restrict yourself कि हमने तो एक हमारे previous employer के यहाँ पर internship join कर ली है, so articleship, so I'm engaged over there. वो आपको help नहीं करेगा. It is just one part. Do that. Apart from that, also please understand that you have to do you have to do the campus preparations. So campus preparations आपको करना ही है, right? Now I'm not saying कि आपको campus preparations किसी क्लास में ही करना है, right? Although हम लोगों की campus preparations की classes हैं, but मैं ये नहीं बोलूंगा आपको कि like we are the only ones that do all these things. We are one of the options which you have. If you are not going for any classes, I'll tell you some of the do it yourself tricks and tips as well कि आप खुद से भी थोड़ी थोड़ी तैयारी स्टार्ट कर दो. If you don't want, if you are not confident कि अभी तो मैंने ग्रुप 1 ही दिया है, मुझे ग्रुप 2 भी देना है, right? Or maybe you are not very sure of results and you don't really want to do, okay, वो भी tricks आप use करें, okay? But the point what I'm trying to say is that please start preparation for your group discussions, interviews and written test, because ultimately you will face all these ones. आप ये सारे courses कर भी लोगे तब भी आपको वो face कर, right? Now what is the utility of these courses? अगर आप कुछ specific courses का discussion करते हैं, जो कुछ questions भी आपके that which course I should go for example, this is one of the question that NISM course, how will it help, right? So NISM courses again is जितने भी courses हैं उसका एक parameter आपको set करना है. What is that parameter? That parameter is that whether the certification is over and above my CA qualification or it is below that. Are you getting my point? ठीक है, इस क्वेश्चन को आप अच्छे से समझो that whether that CA whether that qualification is over and above. For example, NISM course, is it above my CA qualification or not? If it is not, then definitely I would suggest that if you are doing it for learning purpose, like if you're learning something, then go about it. Otherwise, just for the namesake, don't go for it. केवल नाम के लिए आपको नहीं करना कि हमने NISM कोर्स किया, क्योंकि आपका CA क्वालिफिकेशन उसके ऊपर है. और ये मैं थियोरेटिकली नहीं कर रहा हूँ आपको. I cleared my CA final in 2008 और 2008 से लेकर 2017, in 10 years I reached to the position of CFO, right? Without any certification, without any course. IIM इंदौर का जो कोर्स किया था हमने, वो मैंने जब मैं CFO बन चुका था उसके बाद मैंने वो कोर्स किया था, right? So it's very clear that your career progress depends on your work experience rather than additional qualification. एडिशनल क्वालिफिकेशन का यूज इसलिए रहता है कि आप जॉब या करियर में प्रोग्रेस कर सको, राइट? सो ये एक आपको डिसीजन बहुत क्लियरली लेना रहेगा दैट if you are doing any GST certification, if it is enhancing your knowledge, yes, definitely. So your purpose has to be very clear that it is for enhancing my knowledge, not for the purpose that I will I mean it will supersede my degree. आपकी डिग्री को कोई भी supersede नहीं कर पाएगा, because it is such a powerful degree, not only recognized in India, abroad also, right? Malaysia में मैं जिस कंपनी में था वहां पर CFO was also a chartered accountant from India. So you please understand that the degree is very well recognized. So if you are doing any course or certification, do it from the perspective of learning rather than from the purpose of demonstrating. ठीक है, समझ रहे हो ना? दो तरह के दांत होते हैं, आपने सुना होगा काफी बार. हाथी के दांत, एक खाने के दांत होते हैं, एक दिखाने के दांत होते हैं, राइट? ये हम लोग कहावत शुरू से सुनते आ रहे हैं. सो खाने के दांत वो है जो आपको रियली जो लर्निंग्स मिल रही हैं. जैसे कि सपोज आपने करा कोई एक्सेल का कोर्स करा. आई नो एक्सेल का कोर्स आप लोग करते हो, लेकिन एक्सेल फिर भी मुझे पर्सनली लगता है कि उतना स्ट्रांग नहीं होता है स्टूडेंट्स का. सो एक्सेल का कोई कोर्स आपने सपोज करा, सो इट विल गिव यू अ रियल स्ट्रेंथ, राइट? इट विल हेल्प यू लाइफ लॉन्ग. तो एक्सेल का ऐसा कोई कोर्स किया आपने, वो आप कोड भी कर सकते हो, तो थोड़ा बहुत आपको I mean interviewer will feel good about it कि okay, you have utilized your time well. If you have done something related to financial modeling course, it is also something which is new, right? So ऐसा कुछ अगर आप करते हो, definitely you should go. So this will really add your skills also, right? लेकिन आपने सोचा कि एक काम करते हैं हम, तो एक लिस्ट बना लेते हैं 3-4 सर्टिफिकेशन की, पता है कि रिज्यूम में ऐड करने में अच्छा लगेगा. तो प्लीज डोंट डू दैट. वो केवल और केवल दिखाने के दांत हैं, और which is not as big as your current qualification. So please be very clear. डोंट योर वेस्ट योर मनी, राइट? टाइम भी आपका चला जाएगा, पैसा भी चला जाएगा, और जो आउटपुट है वो नहीं मिलेगा, ठीक है? सो एक पॉइंट तो यहाँ पे क्लियर हो गया आपको। इसके बाद और सर्टिफिकेशंस की बात करते हैं। इंडेस सर्टिफिकेशन, राइट? इंडेस सर्टिफिकेशन करना चाहिए। सो अगेन इंडेस सर्टिफिकेशन, आई थिंक एट दिस स्टेज यू शुड नॉट डू इट, ओके? इंडेस सर्टिफिकेशन आप करिए जब आप जॉब स्टार्ट कर दो, व्हेन यू एट दिस मोमेंट, if you have a good understanding of Indies, okay, that is sufficient enough. Companies को और extra नहीं चाहिए. They already believe in you. They believe that you are a chartered accountant and you have studied Indies in CA finals, which is sufficient enough. Now you just have to, you should be able to speak in interview. That's all, right? So that is something which is my point of view, and I'm sure that you are broadly getting what I'm trying to speak. Okay, so अब कुछ specific questions जो है आपके, that is, can we plan for CFA? CFA आप definitely plan कर सकते हो, क्योंकि CFA is definitely in a different field. If you want to get into investment bank, if you want to get into private equity, if you want to get into equity research, broadly जिसको आप बोलते हो finance related roles, right? So finance related roles के लिए yes, अगर आप CFA करते हो तो आपको naturally advantage मिलता है। CA का जो qualification है वो आपको ज्यादा करके कंट्रोलरशिप के लिए तैयार करता है। कंट्रोलरशिप का मतलब होता है अकाउंट्स, ऑडिट, टैक्सेशन, ठीक है? So somewhere related to financial reporting, somewhere related to audits, somewhere related to direct and indirect taxation, right? ये qualification आपको यहाँ के लिए तैयार करता है। And CFA is recognized mostly into investment banking and equity research areas, right? Okay. Second is you have question on, can we plan for CPA or ACCA degree? देखो, again, if you want to work outside India, then think about it, okay? And once you make your mind कि I want to work outside India, then decide the country first, in which country I would like to work, and then do the CPA accordingly based on that country itself, right? Otherwise it will be just an add-on which will not have any specific use. Although since you are asking questions, so I have got so many examples, but yes, there is a time limitation also, so I'm not discussing those things. But yes, there are sometimes if you take too many qualifications, okay, the problem gets reversed. Sometimes it becomes a problem of over qualification. एक example से आप थोड़ा सा उसको समझना. When I was in one of my job, a candidate came to me. We were doing interviews for one of the position under me. He told me that, sir, I am CA, I am CAS, and I have done ACCA also. So I told him that it's very good that you have so many qualifications. वो बोले, sir, ये बात नहीं है. Problem ये है कि I have a problem of over qualification. I heard this point the very first time. कि ऐसा भी कुछ होता है क्या? Problem of over qualification. So he told me that yes, actually people are afraid of me. जो भी मेरा इंटरव्यू लेता है वो सोचता है कि ये इतना क्वालिफाइड है, ये कल को हमको ओवरटेक ना कर ले. So I am not getting a job, right? So I'm just telling you that in future, right, you need to keep these things also in your mind whenever you are planning. Okay. और लेते हैं क्वेश्चंस. टेलीग्राम चैनल की लिंक मैं आपको ग्रुप में भेज दूंगा अभी, लाइक इन चैट बॉक्स. Okay. CA plus MBA does matter for good job. MBA, if you are planning, do it from only top 10 colleges. अगर top 10 colleges मिलते हैं आपको तो ही करना है, right? Otherwise, CA is sufficient enough, as I already told you. We want to go through if it is not clear in mind, what should we do, because of we read everything in 8 subjects. Yes, ये एक बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. किन्होंने पूछा ये Vivo 1807, right? That we read all 8 subjects, and which we should do study right now. That is a very important thing, right? So I'll talk about it. This is a very good question कि अब आपको study क्या करना है उनमें से. Okay, great. So great job. Yes, Vishal. Okay, it's Vishal Jain. Okay, Vishal. So yes, what do you have to study? We'll talk about that. So इसको हम लोग थोड़ा सा समराइज कर लेते हैं, whatever we have just discussed. Okay, सबसे पहले तो जो गोल्डन स्टेटमेंट है, इसलिए आई रोट इट इन दी गोल्डन लेटर्स ओनली, that what to do not depend on what type of companies you will be shortlisted in. अगर इस पूरे डिस्कशन को थोड़ा सा मैं समराइज करता हूँ तो इसका एक ही रीजन है, एक ही आंसर है, that it depends on what type of companies you will be shortlisted in, right? उसके लिए of course like जो नेक्स्ट संडे हम लोग एक सेशन करेंगे कि like हर कंपनीज के बारे में डिटेलिंग करेंगे, that which companies participates and all. But yes, on Telegram channel I will send you the list of the companies and some of the selection criteria will do today. तो आप एक अपना एक बेसिक होमवर्क कर सकते हो उसके लिए. सो अभी आप लोग कोई भी कोर्स करो, ज्वाइन इंटर्नशिप ज्वाइन करो, फ्री मत रहो, सिंपल सी बात ये है. प्लीज डोंट सिट आइडल. यू डू यू आप अपने प्रीवियस एम्प्लॉयर को ज्वाइन कर सकते हो, कर लो. अगर आप चाहते हो कि हमें कुछ कोर्स करना हो उसको कर लो, राइट? लेकिन ये 50% है. 50% is your focus towards your jobs. 50% you should focus on the jobs. तब जाके you will get the output. Otherwise, this 50% effort will not help. आपने सपोज अभी अपने प्रीवियस एम्प्लॉयर को ज्वाइन कर लिया, उन्होंने आपको रिटर्न फाइलिंग्स, जीएसटी इसमें आपको एंगेज करा, डायरेक्ट उसका यूज नहीं है, राइट? आपने इंडेस फिर से पढ़े, राइट? उसी तरह से पढ़े जैसे आप फाइनल में पढ़ रहे थे, अगेन उसका वैसा यूज नहीं. तो आप लोग कोर्सेज करो, जैसे कि लाइक कुछ स्किल बेस्ड कोर्सेज है. आपको एक्सेल के लिए, मुझे पर्सनली लगता है कि एक्सेल के लिए आपको टाइम नहीं मिलेगा बाद में. एक्सेल में अपना एनहांसमेंट करो आप अगर कुछ कर सकते हो. फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग इज समथिंग विच इज सर्टेनली अ डिफरेंट लर्निंग that you can definitely think of. We also did financial modeling courses, right? We prepared, I prepared a lot of plans for my previous employers. So whenever we will launch our batch, we'll intimate you according to the batch availabilities, right? Campus training program, yes, certainly we will be starting from 25th, right? So I'll talk about that as well. Okay, but first let's talk about the campus, right? अब हम बात कर लेते हैं, जो मैं आपको कह रहा था कि डिपेंडिंग ऑन द नंबर ऑफ अटेम्प्ट्स. ओके, ये एक हार्ड रियलिटी है और आई एम हियर टुडे टू टेल यू द ट्रूथ. ओके, कई बार you are shown a very rosy pictures and very good these things, and end of the day you will not get anything out of that. So my job is basically to tell you the truth. Okay, so the hard truth is that the shortlisting is based on number of attempts. Okay, you accept it or not, but this is the reality. Okay, if you have lesser number of attempts, the chances of more companies shortlisting will be high, and if there are lesser higher attempts, the chances will get low. So आपका क्वेश्चन होगा कि सर फिर हम लोगों का चांस है भी या नहीं है अगर हमारे ज्यादा अटेम्प्ट्स हैं, राइट? लेट्स से इफ यू हैव 6, 7, 8 attempts, 5 attempts, sort of 8, 10 attempts, 12 attempts. So my answer is that हमने इंस्टीट्यूट में ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स को हैंडल किया है who have 13 attempts. We have students in our batch who got cleared in 13 attempts, who got cleared in 16 attempts, right? And they are doing job as of now, very well settled and happy and satisfied. Okay. So one thing which you, if you have in your mind कि मेरा attempt ज़्यादा है, मेरे को job मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा, so 100% मिलेगा आपको job. Okay, you should not worry at all about it. CA is a very well recognized qualification. आपको 100% job मिलेगा. Whether I will get shortlisting in campus, this is a tricky question. You will get shortlisting in campus or not. इसके लिए you need to understand that कैंपस का एक प्रोसेस है, उस प्रोसेस को आपको मैं थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन करूंगा आज. उस कैंपस की प्रोसेस को आपको थोड़ा समझना रहेगा, एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट the shortlisting happens, right? So whether you will get shortlisting or not, that is something if you understood it properly. बाकी आप देखोगे number of attempts के accordingly rankers first attempters they definitely get higher number of shortlistings, and based on that those students should start preparing their preparation accordingly. अगर first attempter को Vedanta for example, it's a very good organization, pay very high. If they are regularly conducting group discussions, you should from today itself you should start preparation of your group discussion. Group discussion is not an easy round, right? When 15 people come together and they start speaking suddenly, right? It becomes difficult if you are not practiced enough, right? So we should have good points, we should have presence of mind, we should have good communication. So in all these ones, group discussion personally is the most difficult round which I have seen, although we have seen so many cases and we understood that what you have to do in preparation of group discussion. But yes, it is a difficult round. If you believe that I have 4 number of attempts, then you please understand that what are the companies where a person who has 4 number of attempts get shortlisting in, and accordingly you can prepare about it. So always I try to keep our batch size very small, right? Pre-results, our batch size will be just 30, right? So we'll be super 30, so that I can give individual time to each one of you. Post results, it will be 60, right? Because we don't want that you keep any doubt with yourself. Everything is like you should get clear in the class itself, and I have a regular interaction with each and every student. So it requires some kind of one-to-one discussion that which companies you will get shortlisting. But broadly, yes, definitely this is one of the things which we need to understand. It is based on number of attempts and marks also. Marks also plays an important role. Somebody who has, I have seen, although no company tells you that this is our criteria. This is all based on the observations, right? Past observation. For example, Vedanta never tells you that we will not shortlist anybody who has more than 1 number of attempts. Or let's say Big Four will not tell you. But the moment the shortlisting comes, we get an idea from that. Okay, इनकी shortlisting आई है, इनकी नहीं आई है, तो ये उन्होंने criteria use करा होगा. ठीक है. So one is this one. So for this, I'm just sending you the link for our Telegram channel. Okay, just although you must have received from our office number, but still like right. So this is the Telegram channel, and you will get regularly you will get materials about, and this is my LinkedIn profile. Okay, so this is this too, I believe that we can get connected through that. Okay, so this is one part. Now we're talking about institute campus. Ultimately, it is about campus and off campus. You all understand this thing. या तो आपको job campus में मिलेगा या आपको off campus मिलेगा. ठीक है. अभी कैंपस के अंदर क्या कंपनीज आती हैं, सबसे पहले उसकी बात करते हैं, बिकॉज मोस्टली द कैंपस इज समथिंग व्हिच एवरीबॉडी टारगेट्स, क्योंकि उसमें पैकेज भी अच्छा मिलता है. कंपनी हायर्स इन बल्क, सो दे हैव अ प्लान फॉर यू, राइट? दे हैव प्रिपेयर्ड, दे कम अप विद अ ट्रेनिंग प्लान. लाइक हम लोग आइडिया में 16 ऑफ अस गॉट सिलेक्टेड, so they had a plan for us. They do the corporate training, circle training and all those things. If you're joining just one person off campus, आपको एक जगह join करते हो, suddenly they don't, I mean normally they don't give you that kind of trainings. They give you immediate job responsibilities, right? So campus के अपना advantage है, but दोनों side है, campus और off campus दोनों के advantage disadvantages हैं. पहले campus की बात कर लेते हैं, right? What are the numbers, right? So every year, you know, almost 12 to every attempt 12 to 15,000 students become chartered accountant, right? And I'm sure, I wish all of you that in this attempt, those who are at least participating in this session, They come in those 12,000 or 15,000 numbers, right? I wish you all the best that your results comes positive. So 12 to 15,000 students become chartered accountant. Out of that, uh, almost 60 to 70% opt for campus, right? 70% you can say that they opt for campus. Almost 8-9,000 they register. Jobs which were offered, right? They were almost 6,000, right? In November 2021 mix, if you see. And if you talk about December 21, it is around 5,800. So the number of offers are regularly increasing, right? Agar aap ye dekhte ho, that at one point of time, they were almost in the range of 1,500, 1,800, 3,000 to suddenly to 5,000, 6,000. So it's a very good news for you that the demand of chartered accountant is increasing. And this is, I have personally seen this thing that from 2017 to 2022, right? The package and the demand, they have drastically increased, which is fantastic news for all of you. That you should definitely, I mean, you are in the right course because we deal with other courses as well. So, right, CA's qualification is something which is very well recognized. Okay, recently, like I'm sitting right now in Indore, and in the last attempt, one of our students got placed in Indore itself, right? And ICSA offered them a package of 11 lakhs, right? Which is definitely a very good surprise for us as well. That 11 lakhs have been offered in the very first job. Okay, so that is something, and especially in a tier 2 city, right? If you talk about metros, definitely it will be much higher. So this is one of the slide, but of course, like everybody doesn't get that much. If you're talking about 6,000 job offers, out of that, only 20% may be getting on the higher side. Okay, otherwise 80% are on the lower side of the pyramid. Okay, so we should try to get into the higher side of the pyramid. Packages also increasing, as I have told you. The average package is increasing every year, and which is a fantastic news. Campus, if I talk in very short, although I will talk about all these ones in the next session, that what are all companies participates. But in campus, if you talk, it's mostly financial reporting, audit, and taxation, right? These are the three things which is offered in the campus. If you want to go into investment banking, management consulting, equity research, okay, mostly you have to try off campus. Again, I think you should take a pause here and see this slide very carefully, because this is something which is very important to understand. If we see the campus, mostly you will find accounts, audit, taxation, mostly. If we talk about banks, credit managers, right? So you can add credit managers also in the campus. Off campus, you will get investment banking and management consulting. Now, how will you get off campus? This is again a large, very lengthy discussion that we need to do. But this is something which we need to properly understand. Because कई बार एक misconception होता है कि हम लोग क्योंकि बहुत बातें होती है ना आजकल, आप देखते हो कि like the ज्ञान is everywhere on WhatsApp, on YouTube, everywhere you will find a lot of people speaking everything. So people talk about investment banking, management consulting, go into this, that, and suddenly the person realizes कि यार मेरी shortlisting ही नहीं आई है, और इतना सब करके मुझे मिला क्या? और ये मैं हर अटेम्प्ट में देखता हूँ, क्योंकि लोगों को बहुत कुछ बताया जाता है, आप ऐसा कर लो, ऐसा कर लो, मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टिंग मिल जाएगा. बट प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टिंग में क्या कंपटीशन है? MBAs फ्रॉम इंडिया, MBAs फ्रॉम अब्रॉड, एग्जीक्यूटिव MBAs, CFAs, रैंक होल्डर्स. तो ये सब कंपटीशन देखो, और उसके बाद these things comes. Although I am not saying कि आप इसके लिए प्रिपेयर मत करो, प्रिपेयर तो आपको सबके लिए करना चाहिए थोड़ा थोड़ा. बट अगर आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशंस क्लियर है, राइट, तो उसके बाद आप प्लान ए के साथ प्लान बी भी एक्टिवेट कर पाते हो. अदरवाइज क्या होता है, कई बार स्टूडेंट्स ये सोचते हैं कि यस वी आर अ फर्स्ट अटेम्प्टर, नाउ बीइंग अ फर्स्ट अटेम्प्टर, यस एक्सपेक्टेशन हाई होती है आपकी, तो आई विल गेट ओनली इनटू दिस वन। बट अगर कभी ऐसा होता है कि मार्केट सिनेरियो ठीक नहीं है, लाइक जो अभी जो अटेम्प्ट गया है, राइट, आई बिलीव दैट वाज द वर्स्ट, I can use that term, that was the worst in terms of जॉब डिमांड, राइट, डिमांड के हिसाब से सबसे सबसे खराब इतने सालों में, राइट। तो ऐसा कभी भी सिनेरियो आ सकता है। कोविड के टाइम पे पीपल वर थिंकिंग कि उस टाइम तो पता नहीं क्या होगा, जॉब मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा। कोविड के टाइम पे जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज आई वो बेस्ट अपॉर्चुनिटीज आई। तो जॉब मार्केट साइक्लिकल है, कभी डाउन कभी अप। सो वी हैव टू हैव अवर प्लान ए एंड प्लान बी बोथ रेडी, ठीक है। सो थोड़ा सा इन चीजों को और हम लोग नेक्स्ट सेशन में और डीप में डिस्कस करेंगे, बट दिस इज अ प्राइमरी पॉइंट। थोड़ा सा अब हम लोग कंपनीज के बारे में डिस्कस कर लेते हैं। ये सब जो स्लाइड्स लाइक आई विल डिस्कसिंग ऑन नेक्स्ट संडे, जहाँ पे मैं आपको सारे प्रोफाइल्स थोड़ा सा डिटेल में समझाऊंगा कि विच प्रोफाइल इज गुड फॉर यू, विच प्रोफाइल इज नॉट सो गुड, विच प्रोफाइल यू शुड ऑप्ट फॉर एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स दैट विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट। क्या किसका फ्यूचर क्या है, कहाँ से आप आगे अपनी ग्रोथ सोच सकते हो, किससे आप पार्टनर बन सकते हो, सीएफओ बनना है तो उसके लिए क्या चीजें रहेंगी, ऑल दीज थिंग्स दैट विल बी कवरिंग इन द नेक्स्ट। अभी लाइक हम लोग थोड़ा सा कैंपस के बारे में डिस्कस कर लेते हैं। सो दीज आर दी सेंटर्स इन विच द इंस्टीट्यूट पार्टिसिपेट इन द कैंपस प्रोग्राम, which is like Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Bhubaneswar, Chandigarh. There's a long list of that. इसमें से कुछ लार्ज सेंटर्स होते हैं, कुछ स्मॉल सेंटर्स होते हैं, राइट। आपको पहले लार्ज सेंटर्स में पार्टिसिपेट करना होता है। अगर इन केस आपका सिलेक्शन लार्ज सेंटर में नहीं होता है, देन यू गो फॉर स्मॉल सेंटर्स। ये प्रोसेस होती है। सो रिजल्ट आपका सपोज 18 जैन को आता है, सो आप मान के चलो पास ट्रेंड के हिसाब से एंड ऑफ फेब और फर्स्ट वीक ऑफ मार्च यू विल फाइंड दैट कैंपस, लार्ज कैंपस विल स्टार्ट। मतलब आपके पास 18 जनवरी से लेके करीब 28 फेब तक, मतलब करीब 40 डेज या 30 डेज डिपेंड करता है। कभी कभी तो और कम दिन रहते हैं, मतलब 25 टू 30 डेज भी मिलते हैं कई बार। सो आप ब्रॉडली मान के चलो 25 टू 40 डेज आपको मिलेंगे फॉर योर कैंपस प्रिपरेशंस। तो आपको उस दौरान उसको तैयार करना है। लार्ज कैंपस आता है पहले, अगर लार्ज कैंपस में नहीं होता है तो फिर एक महीने बाद स्मॉल कैंपस आता है। स्मॉल कैंपस में नेचुरली कंपनीज भी कम हो जाती हैं और पैकेजेस भी कम हो जाते हैं, ठीक है। तो आपका टारगेट होना चाहिए लार्ज कैंपस। लार्ज कैंपस कौन कौन से होते हैं, अगेन जो मैं आपको फाइल्स भेजूंगा उसमें सारा कुछ मेंशन्ड है कि कौन से लार्ज कैंपस में आती है, कौन कौन सी कंपनीज आई थी लार्ज कैंपस में। ब्रॉडली इट इज ऑल मेट्रोज, सेमी मेट्रोज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स which are in the large campus side. Okay. ब्रॉडली अगर एक देखते हैं कि लाइक कितनी कंपनीज आई थी किस सेंटर पर। सो मुंबई में यू विल फाइंड दैट देयर वर हाईएस्ट नंबर ऑफ कंपनीज व्हिच हैव पार्टिसिपेटेड, ऑलमोस्ट 61 कंपनीज। दिसंबर 21 का डेटा है, राइट। वी नीड टू अपडेट इट फॉर May 22 एज वेल। then Delhi is there. Okay, Delhi has also good companies, Chennai, Bangalore, right. So these are some of the centers where maximum number of companies participates. But as I told you that it is a tricky thing to select the center, right. आप सेंटर ऐसे randomly select नहीं करना चाहिए। जैसे आपने देखा कि मुंबई में 61 कंपनीज हैं, तो आप सबने सोचा कि ओके लेट्स गो फॉर मुंबई। नो, ये एक रॉन्ग डिसीजन है, ठीक है। ये ट्रिकी डिस्कशन है based on number of attempts, based on a little bit of your interest, based on your articleship experience, based on your marks. Okay, individually we will decide, discuss and decide. ये आपका एक इंडिविजुअल डिस्कशन होना चाहिए। आप किसी से भी करो, लेकिन ये इंडिविजुअली करना, राइट। ऐसा नहीं कि हर एक ने एक सेंटर ले लिया, राइट। सो इट रिक्वायर्स डिस्कशन। बट आई एम टेलिंग यू, यहाँ पे लोग गलतियां करते हैं और फिर बोलते हैं कि शॉर्ट लिस्टिंग नहीं आई। सो सेंटर सिलेक्शन इज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग। ऑल्दो ये हम लोग एक स्पेसिफिक सेशन एग्जाम्स के बाद, सॉरी रिजल्ट्स के बाद करते हैं, जिसमें लाइक वी गाइड यू लाइक दिस इज द सेंटर दैट यू शुड गो फॉर। बट यू प्लीज कीप दिस थिंग इन माइंड। This is the list of companies which anyways I will be sending you on the Telegram group. ओके, ये मुंबई की कंपनीज हैं जिन्होंने पार्टिसिपेट करा था। ठीक है, बहुत सारे रोल्स आते हैं, मैं क्विकली आपको रोल्स दिखा देता हूँ। रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज अकाउंट्स रिसीवेबल, पीएसयू अकाउंट्स पेबल, क्रेडिट मैनेजर, बिग फोर। ऑल्दो ये एक डिफरेंट पर्पस के लिए स्लाइड है, बट यू जस्ट राइट नाउ फोकस ऑन दी कंपनीज एंड द प्रोफाइल, राइट, दैट इज। तो ये सब बहुत सारी कंपनीज जो आती है, बट again, like, you will get all the name of the companies in the group itself, so we're not talking about it. Okay, so so far what we have done is that you need to have a job opportunity also in front of you and skills. Okay, दोनों जरूरी है। स्किल्स अगर आपने केवल ऐड कर लिए, आज आपने फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग का कोर्स कर लिया, लेकिन कल को आपको कोई भी इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग का कॉल नहीं आता है, तो इट वोंट हेल्प। ठीक है, तो इसलिए आपको साथ में ये भी ध्यान रखना है कि जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी शुड ऑल्सो कम अप। ठीक है, अच्छा, जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी के लिए अभी से क्या करना है, राइट? अभी से आपको ये करना है कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इंक्रीज योर लिंक्डइन कॉन्टैक्ट्स। अपने कॉन्टैक्ट्स बढ़ाना है आपको, इसलिए लाइक आई हैव शेयर्ड यू माय लिंक्डइन आईडी, राइट? लिंक्डइन आईडी के ऊपर आप जाओ, जितने लोगों को आप कनेक्ट कर सकते हो आप कनेक्ट करो। ठीक है, आई कैन गिव यू एन नंबर ऑफ एग्जांपल्स जिनको लिंक्डइन के थ्रू जॉब मिला है, राइट? इवन बिफोर कैंपस, कैंपस के पहले ही उनको लिंक्डइन के थ्रू जॉब मिला है। ठीक है, सो this is an important thing. Apart from that, of course, it's very easy to upload the profile on various job portals. वो तो certainly I'll certainly guide you on that कि कैसे करना है, कौन कौन से job portals होते हैं, कैसे आपको job opportunity search करनी है। But yes, ये next phase का discussion है। आज क्या करना है आपको? आज simply see around you who all are your professional contacts, just connect them on LinkedIn. Okay, that is the first step. Automatically, जैसे आप आज इंस्टाग्राम पे टाइम स्पेंड करते हो 10 मिनट्स, 15 मिनट्स, 20 मिनट्स, हाफ एन आवर, 1 आवर, व्हाटएवर, आपको लिंक्डइन के ऊपर 10 मिनट्स, 15 मिनट स्पेंड करना स्टार्ट कर देना है। ओके, आप सडनली देखोगे कि आपके कॉन्टैक्ट्स भी बढ़ रहे हैं और आपका प्रोफेशनल नॉलेज भी बढ़ता जा रहा है। ठीक है, सो जस्ट स्टार्ट विद द सिंपल एक्सरसाइज and then I'll tell you like how to use it when we are doing a job search. Okay, so the discussion at this moment is I just wanted to know, अभी तक हमने बहुत सारी चीजें डिस्कस कर ली है and it has been almost 70 minutes, right? So what is your I mean, everybody is with me, or is it not getting boring? All just give me some feedback. Because now we'll be talking about campus quiz, right? अब हम लोग कैंपस की क्विज लेंगे, where you will get the prizes also. ठीक है, तो अब आप लोगों को तैयार होना है for some kind of questions that the companies which have actually asked. ठीक है, so yes, are you ready for the questions that the companies have asked so far? Okay, thank you, Vipul, for motivating us that this session is going well. Okay, fantastic. Okay. Okay, yes, I completely understand. Like when we also started, and it's very natural also, जब आप सीए की तैयारी करते हो तो आप सीए की स्टडीज, क्योंकि आपको एग्जाम्स क्रैक करनी होती है, so we never discuss about what will happen in the job market. So it's a new discussion, of course, and but yes, it is right. It has to be taken at the right moment. That is very important. Okay, great. So now what we'll do is I'll just switch on to the another section. लेकिन फिर भी मैं एक बार just repeat कर देता हूँ that what we have discussed. ठीक है, शॉर्ट में फर्स्ट इज दैट आप कोई भी अपने आप को एंगेज रखो, और एंगेज करने के लिए आप अपनी इंटर्नशिप चाहो तो अपनी आर्टिकलशिप फॉर्म ज्वाइन कर लो, आपको कहीं पे शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन का जॉब मिलता हो जॉब ज्वाइन कर लो, ठीक है। आपको अगर कोई सर्टिफिकेशन मिलता हो आप सर्टिफिकेशन कर सकते हो, राइट। लेकिन अब आपको पता है कि हमारा अल्टीमेट पर्पस जॉब करना है, तो उसके लिए साथ में हमको जीडी, पीआई और रिटर्न टेस्ट इसकी तैयारी भी साथ में करनी है, तब जाके आपको इन सब चीजों का अल्टीमेट यूज मिलेगा, अदरवाइज इट वॉन्ट हेल्प, ठीक है। स्टैंड अलोन बेसिस पे ये चीजें आपको जॉब नहीं दिलवा सकती हैं। आज आप सिंपली एक कोर्स कर लो विच इज कॉल्ड लेट्स से एडवांस एक्सेल कोर्स, स्टैंड अलोन बेसिस पे आपको जॉब नहीं दिलवा सकता है। यू हैव टू combine it with your interview skills as well, right? So this is something which please understand. All right, now some of you have asked about the program also. Okay, so let me just uh, take you through what is our program and what we offer, okay, in our program. Just a moment. All right. So, like our program is definitely a very specialized program. We do only campus preparations, right? You all understand that it is Camp Prep, which is an abbreviated form of campus preparations. Uh, this is something which is some of the key highlights, right? These are the companies where, and this includes all the companies which normally comes and participates in the campus, all big fours, foreign banks, Indian banks, all large corporates like Aditya Birla Group, Amazon, uh, Flipkart, Swiggy, Infosys, Hindustan Petroleum, Wipro, ITC, Vedanta. Okay, foreign banks as well. Whenever, although foreign banks not participate in every attempt, but whenever like they participate, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, UBS, Credit Suisse, Indian banks as well. So mostly you will find all these names in the institute brochure. So whenever the companies have participated, some or the other students from our class, they have got placed in these companies. Some of the unique features of our program is that it is a 21 days program. Okay, 15 plus 6 additional days. 15 days covers a lot of things. I'll talk about that. And these 6 days are very important. These 6 days are the last moment preparation, because suppose somebody does a batch early, right? He requires end moment revision, right? So we have to do 6 days of additional preparation in the end, right? So sometimes these 15 days gets extended to 17 days as well, 17 or 18 days. But yes, broadly, if you talk about, it will be a program which will range between 21 to 25 days. But it is not something that our association gets over in 21 days. I am the only trainer, you can say so, that I do the direct trainings, right? We call expert only in case of mock interviews Otherwise, I'll take care of all the trainings, right? So you have a direct access, you have my phone number, and you can call me anytime, so that if you have any doubts, right, you can simply speak with me. So this is quite flexible, right? If you want to attend one more session, or if you want to have some personal doubts, you can definitely go about it. Second is the batch strength, right? Because we believe in one-to-one and personal attention, right? Our pre-results batch will be of size of 30, right? We will take only super 30 students. So it is a batch where 100% attention can be given. And post results, definitely, because then mostly the students join after the results. So the number of students will increase that point of time. So it will be 60. Okay. The purpose is to keep the limited batch so that maximum interaction can be happen, and personal attention, personal queries can be resolved. This is something which we believe that is very important, right? Which is a two-way conversation. Okay. Normally what happens is, normally the faculty comes and they speak. Okay. You listen out, right? Normally I've seen the final classes like that, because there are so many students. So it's a kind of a one-way conversation. The students normally speak through chat box. This abhi aap kar rahe ho. Like in our classes, it is not like that. The mic is open for student as well as faculty. So it is a two-way conversation. So you will get a feel of the actual class, right? Because when you will speak, you will understand that where you are going wrong and where you are going right. Okay, so it is a two-way conversation, which is very important, because ultimately interviews and group discussions is everything about oral communication. So your speaking is something which is very important, right? So this we have to keep it like that. And that's why the batch size is limited. If there will be too many students, yes, it is not possible. So that's why we have keep it a lesser number, and maximum interaction, two-way interaction can be possible. One course, one trainer. We have simple policy that this is the entire campus preparation course will be taken care by myself. Since I have taken 1,000, more than 1,000 mock interviews, what students make mistake, where they go right, what career decisions they have taken wrong. So I can definitely tell you lot many things based on my industry experience, my campus training experience. So it is one course, one trainer, right? You will find me in all the sessions except mock interviews. But yes, some of the mock interviews will be taken by me as well. I mean, there will be a higher degree of mock interviews that I'll be taking care of. But mostly in the sessions, you will find me will be taking care of all the various sessions. 70%, right? 70%. I think if we have to divide कि एक इंटरव्यू के लिए कितना आपको टेक्निकल नॉलेज होना चाहिए, कितना आपको एचआर का नॉलेज होना चाहिए, सॉरी कितना आपका सॉफ्ट स्किल स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए. सो माय सजेशन इज 30% is soft skills, 70% is technical skills. Soft skills like your fluency, your communication, your sitting posture, the way you speak, your thought clarity, all these is 30%. 70% is they are looking for hardcore technical knowledge. They will ask you deep questions. I'll ask you a few questions, and as I told you already in the campus quiz. So hardcore technical questions will be asked, and I don't want that after these 21 days or 25 days of training, you have to again go back and check out your books. No. In the class itself, I want all the technical subjects should be cleared. Whether you did your Indes 2 attempts before or 4 attempts before, it doesn't matter. In the class, you will be 100% prepared for Indes, for tax, financial management, and audit. All the questions will be discussed, not only questions, along with them the answers as well. So 70% of our class focus is on the technical topics. Okay, so this is something which is definitely very important. All mode of learning are available. Online is available, online live, recorded is available, and face-to-face is available, right? Face-to-face we will start certainly after results, right? Right now online live will be available. Okay, online live will be available from 25th of this month, right? Certainly 5 days after we'll start the batch. Recorded, yes, recorded is certainly available. So somebody who doesn't have time, okay, they can certainly go for recorded sessions as well. Everything is, I mean, we have a very clear concept that whether somebody is joining online or recorded or face to face, he needs one-to-one personal guidance, and I am available for one-to-one personal guidance for all kind of students. So even those who are doing recorded sessions, they have to attend some live session as well, right? So it is not like that you will do the recording and no, after recording, you please have to attend some of the live sessions as well. Then and only then it will make sense. Right. Apart from that, yes, placement assistance is something which we offer. Not only post placement assistance as well. We have a program called as Camp Prep Career Ladder, right? So once you will be get your first job, of course, the life doesn't stop over there, right? Then you will face challenges in your next job and after that. So we have a program called as Camp Prep Career Ladder, and there are so many professionals who are associated, the senior positions who are associated with us and who do that program of Camp Prep Career Ladder, right? So you will also get advantage of that one. This is a 15 days plan, which anyways we will be sending on the group itself. You can have a look at it, that how it is designed. Resume building, articleship presentation, financial reporting, 3 sessions on financial reporting, audit, very intense discussion on Ind-AS, HR interviews, investment banking, corporate finance, group discussions, GST, income tax, right? So everything is broadly covered in that one. Apart from that, you have to give test also, right? Aptitude test. So you will get aptitude test, psychometric test, version test, whatever companies conduct, right? The way I give you an example of Wipro. Wipro conducts this this aptitude test, mock interviews, and then group discussions. So for group discussions, yes, separate discussions will happen. So this will not be part of this 15 days. So for that, you have to spend some additional days, maybe 2 or 3 days you have to add on. So 15 days is the minimum time that you have to spend. Then there will be some add-ons for which I specifically tell you that these are the days when we are conducting these. So broadly, like it may extend to 30 days also. 15 days is the core training. 6 days is the mock-ups, revisions, practice. And there may be 3-4 additional days for group discussions or some kind of test that we'll be conducting. These are the program for additional 6 days. What we'll do in these additional 6 days. Timing, yes, timing for this program is morning, right? We'll start with morning, but yes, I'm flexible about that. We can do morning or evening. That I'll take consent from everyone who will be interested. So again, like we'll check out with you that which one is fine, whether it is morning time or evening time. If it is morning, yes, it will start at 8 a.m. If it is evening, is we can start at 6:30 or 7 p.m. Number of days, I already told you, hours will be somewhere around 45 to 50 hours. Fee structure is 3,999, right, across all the mode of learning, whether it is face-to-face, live, or recorded, right? So you can certainly opt for any of the mode which is available. You will get all these details on your WhatsApp numbers. Study material that you will get is some of the video analysis, okay, of the interviews performance, resume, introduction, articleship, some of the best formats of the resume, some of the best format of introduction, some of the best format of articleship experience, Ind-AS, audit, FM text, all the important questions. We have compiled almost a lot of company specific interview questions which were asked in previous rounds. We have a data bank on all these questions, so that will be covering, and aptitude test papers and HR questions, right? So this is basically about the program. Certainly, like if you have any questions related to that, you can reach out to our office. This is our office number, and I'm just writing my number as well, right? This is my number, right? So any questions related to the programs and all, you can have it here. And otherwise, yes, we'll be posting on Telegram group. We'll be posting it on your WhatsApp number. All right. Any questions related to programs? Yes, anyone? Okay, fantastic. All right. Okay, great. So now the last section, right? This is the last section of which is the campus quiz, right? Now, campus quiz in this one, what you have to do is you have to. Yes, yes. I'll just unmute you. In fact, I'll unmute all of you. Yes. Anybody who has any questions, अभी तक काफी हम लोगों ने discussion कर लिया है. Yes, please ask your question.
तो ये जो टेस्ट होते हैं ना, एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट और ये वगैरह, ये
Right.
हर एक कंपनी में चल रहे हैं और दूसरे भी टेस्ट हैं जो लोकल बेस पे भी कंपनियां हैं उसमें चल रहा है, तो उसके लिए कैसे यानी आप करवाएंगे प्रिपरेशन?
Local companies like.
नहीं, यानी जो हमारे सिटी बेस होते हैं ना, वहां पे भी अच्छा मिल जाता है, पर उनके ये टेस्ट क्राइटेरिया में ही हम सिलेक्ट नहीं हो पा रहे हैं.
No problem. Like देखो companies जितने भी टेस्ट कंडक्ट कराती हैं initial test, right? So we will help you to crack all these interviews, all these aptitude based questions. For example, if they are doing a reasoning based paper or Versant test or maths related test, right? So we will have a separate sessions for that. So you won't find difficulty in it.
Okay. Means
Hello. Sorry, unmute करिए.
Hello.
Hello.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
सर, जैसे कि अभी मैंने एक टेस्ट दिया था ना, तो उसमें क्या कि ऑनलाइन ही पूरा था, सेंटेंसेस वगैरह, तो वो मुझे काफी डिफिकल्ट था. तो उसके लिए कैसे प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि मुझे तो नहीं लगता ये रीजनिंग वगैरह का हमारे साथ कहीं भी कनेक्शन है.
करेक्ट करेक्ट. इसके लिए अगेन दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि यहाँ पे आपको प्रैक्टिस काफी लगेगी. ठीक है ना. मैं भी आपको कुछ सैंपल्स देता हूँ, राइट? तो सैंपल्स के बारे में हम बात करते हैं, राइट? सो नाउ जो हम लोगों का फाइनल सेक्शन है उस पर आ जाते हैं. तो दिस फाइनल सेक्शन इज about the selection process, right? So selection process: resume, written test, group discussion, technical interviews, personal interviews and partner round, right? ये normally आप face करेंगे. आज इस प्रोसेस को मैं बहुत एलोबरेट नहीं कर रहा हूँ. अगेन लाइक विल कीप इट फॉर दी नेक्स्ट सेशन. आज मैं आपसे कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछूंगा और आपको कोशिश करना है कि लाइक यू गिव द आंसर्स फॉर दीज वंस. ठीक है. जो भी इसके आंसर्स देंगे, यस सर्टेनली they will get prizes. Okay, prizes will be definitely in the form of cash prizes and some discounts in our courses. Okay, so what you have to do is just have to answer the first question, right? ये एक मैथ्स का क्वेश्चन है. ठीक है. आई एम श्योर कि आप लोग सोच रहे होंगे कि मैथ्स का क्वेश्चन क्यों पूछ रहे हो आप, लेकिन अभी तक आपको कहानी क्लियर हो गई होगी कि ये क्वेश्चन आते हैं. ठीक है. इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आप फेस कर सकते हो. So let's first talk about the first one, which is about the radius of a circle. Okay. Oh, fantastic. I've got answer as well. Hitesh, 75%. Then Saurabh, 65%. And Harsh, 75. Ashok, 75. Very good. Okay. यहाँ तो बढ़िया है सब लोग. काफी अब तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि लाइक यू आर ऑल ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर्ड. मतलब इतने फास्ट आंसर्स मुझे आज तक नहीं मिले. ओके, फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. ओके, बट यस डेफिनेटली जिन्होंने सबसे पहले आंसर किया है, यस ही विल गेट द प्राइज. सो द आंसर इज 75%. given by Hitesh. Okay, great job, Hitesh. What you have to do is you just have to send your Google Pay or Phone Pay number on our office number, right? आप Google Pay या Phone Pay कर दीजिएगा, and you will get the prize. All right. Let's move on to the second one. Okay. I'll read it out if it's not very clear on the screen. Okay. Hitesh is very kind. No problem. If selling price is doubled, the profit triples, right? So the question is, if the selling price is doubled, profit triples, what is the profit percentage? Answer is A, 66 2/3, B, 100. Okay, again, I've got answer of 100, right? And then some of you are given 66 2/3. Some of you are giving C also, B also. Okay, so the answer is basically, if you are calculating the profit percentage on cost, the answer is 100%. And if you are calculating it on sales, the answer is 66 2/3. That is answer number A. So again, like I've got the answer from Harsh. Harsh has given the fastest answer. Well done, Harsh. Okay. That is the first answer to first question. Okay. So Hitesh and Harsh. Okay, well done. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Some questions which are related to reasonings, right? This is a question which is related to reasoning. Yes, anyone would like to give the answer for this one? Which one will replace the question mark? All right. The reasoning, right? In the reasoning part, is definitely there are challenges. Okay, so the answer for this question is 622. Okay. Okay, so we've got it. Meat. Okay, meat has given the right answer. Okay. 622 is the right answer. So the answer is basically the difference of the top number and bottom number, like 863 minus 241. That is how you have to compute this one. Okay, so one thing which I really found good from all of you is that you're giving a fast answers, and which is required, because normally you will get 1 minute to solve these kind of questions. Last time Wipro, which has done this test, they were given on an average 1 minute. L&T, they were given on an average 1 minute. So reasoning and maths, you should have that speed कि आप 1 मिनट में क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करें. ठीक है. नाउ ये तो आपको क्लियर हो गया. बेसिकली इसकी प्रिपरेशन आपको करनी है, एंड इट इज अ टाइम टेकिंग प्रिपरेशन. ये एकदम ओवरनाइट नहीं हो सकती. तो क्या करना है आपको, इसके लिए मैं आपको वेबसाइट दे रहा हूँ, राइट? जो लोग थोड़ा पर्सनल सेल्फ लेवल पे भी प्रिपरेशन करना स्टार्ट करना चाहते हैं, ठीक है, indiabix.com, ये एक वेबसाइट है जिसमें यू विल फाइंड लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस व्हिच आर रिलेटेड टू रीजनिंग एंड मैथ्स. ठीक है, आप इनसे स्टार्ट कर दो एटलीस्ट. Okay, do a self preparation from these ones. This will give you a good idea about the time, speed, distance, percentages, reasoning based questions, English based questions. जितने भी questions reasoning से related आते हैं वो start कर सकते हो. Make it a habit कि रोज 5 question आप solve करो. ठीक है, it will not take too much of time. Half an hour आप daily दे सकते हो, और ये आपके mind का calculation भी fast करेगा, right? So आपका रीजनिंग भी स्ट्रॉन्ग करेगा. तो इसमें आपको डेफिनेटली टाइम स्पेंड करना चाहिए. डू गिव हाफ एन आवर टू दिस वेबसाइट, और स्पेंड ऑन द रीजनिंग क्वेश्चंस, मैथ्स के क्वेश्चंस. सॉरी this is indiabix.com. All right, आगे चलते हैं. Just a moment. All right, now next हम आ जाते हैं some of the technical interview questions, right? ओके, सो सबसे पहला मेरा क्वेश्चन आप लोगों से वही है जो मैंने आपको स्टार्टिंग में पूछा था. The question of Ind AS 115, right? How will Ind AS, how will the telecom company will recognize its revenue for their prepaid and postpaid customers as per Ind AS 115? Yes, please unmute करिए और आंसर करिए, क्योंकि ये क्वेश्चन है जिसमें like we need to speak up. How will a telecom company will recognize its revenue if it is a prepaid customer? Like prepaid customer, आप सभी प्रीपेड मोबाइल यूज करते हो, राइट? आप लोग पहले रिचार्ज करते हो फिर यूज करते हो. पोस्टपेड कस्टमर्स होते हैं जो पहले उसको टॉक टाइम डेटा यूज कर लेते हैं, बाद में दे गेट द बिल फ्रॉम द कंपनी, राइट? So I'm getting some answers. SOT basis, SLM basis, prepaid at PI. It should be satisfied over time, satisfied at a point in time, at point of sale, on SLM basis. Recharge is done over the time. Initially, it will make entry advance money received as a liability. Okay, so there are multiple answers. लेकिन आपको इस क्वेश्चन से तीन बातें समझनी है. ओके, पहला तो ये पॉइंट समझना है आपको कि आप में से काफी लोगों ने पूछा था कि वी रीड 8 सब्जेक्ट्स. सो उन 8 सब्जेक्ट्स में से हमको किसको सबसे ज्यादा पढ़ना है, राइट? सो आपको 8 सब्जेक्ट में से हम लोग बात करते जाएंगे, बट Ind AS इज समथिंग विच यू हैव टू डिवाइस. कोई भी नहीं बच पाएगा Ind AS से, राइट? बहुत सिंपल वे में बात करें, Ind AS इज समथिंग. आपने बोला कि हमने तो फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग 2 अटेम्प्ट पहले क्लियर कर लिया है ग्रुप, अब हमने तो भूल गए, अभी हमने दूसरा ग्रुप दिया है, तो अब Ind AS तो याद नहीं है. ये कुछ भी आप एक्सक्यूज काम नहीं आएंगे. Ind AS is something which you will definitely find questions from big fours, from corporates, large corporates also, Vedanta, ITC, Wipro, you name any corporate, आपको Ind AS पढ़ना है. Second is within Ind AS क्या पूरा Ind AS पढ़ना है? So the answer is no, पूरा Ind AS नहीं पढ़ना है आपको अगेन उसमें स्मार्टली प्रिपरेशन करनी है. सो Ind AS कौन सा सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है? सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट Ind AS है Ind AS 115. सबसे ज्यादा Ind AS 115 के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आते हैं, तो प्लीज रीड द Ind AS 115 वेरी वेरी प्रॉपरली, ठीक है? अब उस पे कैसे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं? तो उस पे इसी टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, विच इज एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस. थ्योरेटिकल बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस हो चुके हैं, राइट? लाइक फाइनल में उन्होंने पूछ लिया है, अब वो अप्लाइड नॉलेज आपका जज कर. सो इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस आएंगे. क्लियर है आप लोगों को? सो कोई भी एक अनम्यूट करके आंसर दे दीजिए, सो दैट we'll move on to the another question. I'm sure you can unmute yourself. Yes, you can. एक आपको आइडिया भी लग जाएगा कि आप इंटरव्यू में बोलने के लिए कितने रेडी हो. अभी आप लिखने के लिए रेडी हो क्योंकि आप सीए फाइनल रिटन एग्जाम देते हो. अब आपको इंटरव्यू में बोलना है, राइट? यू हैव टू स्पीक अप, एंड दिस इज हाउ वी विल discuss in the class. In the class we will only discuss, you will speak, so that your speaking skills can be improved. Yes, anyone please? Abhishek, Shreya, जिन्होंने रिटन आंसर्स दिए, right?
Sir, I want to speak.
Yes, please.
Sir, I think in prepaid there will be, it will be at a point of sale revenue would be recognized, because obligation means it's non-refundable, and In postpaid, I think it would be satisfied over time.
Okay.
Yes.
So postpaid will be recognized over a period of time, and prepaid will be recognized at a point in time. This is what Harsh is saying. Okay, well, good. At least you came up with some answer. Okay, great job, Harsh. और बताइए, yes, any other answer?
Sir, initially we will book it as a liability, and over the period of time we will book it as a revenue.
In case of prepaid,
Yeah, in case of prepaid.
and in case of postpaid,
In case of postpaid, we will book at a point of sale as a revenue.
at a point of sale means postpaid at a point of time and prepaid over a period of time.
Yeah, over a period of time.
All right. Okay. Any other answer? Good try, Abhishek. But yes, we want some more answers and some different answers. All right. Yes, Vandana, you want to say?
Sir, based on the statement sent to customer, we will generate and record the entries.
All right. Based on this statement, what is statement?
पोस्टपेड में स्टेटमेंट आता है ना भाई कितना यूज किया और कैसे हुआ है.
All right. Okay, great. Good job. Although I could not get the perfect answer. Okay. So the right answer for this is that it doesn't matter actually. It doesn't matter the revenue is a prepaid revenue or a postpaid revenue. Okay. Revenue is revenue, right? Whether you are getting the revenue in advance, whether it is a cash sale or whether it is a credit sale. Okay, revenue will be recognized just like that. Revenue is recognized. And in this case, we have to see the conditions, right? Whether it will be recognized over a period of time or at a point in time. And the standard says that if any of the three conditions get satisfied, then we will recognize it over a period of time. Otherwise, we will recognize it at a point in time, right? So then you have to talk about those three conditions. So what you have to understand is that there are certain specific areas which you have to read in detail and the practical knowledge of that as well. मतलब आपको केवल उसको theoretically याद नहीं करना है कि over a period of time at a point in time की ये conditions है. उसको real life में आपको सोचना है कि आप कैसे उसको apply करना है, ठीक है? So this is a very common question. Although अभी तो हमने बहुत fast track पे इसको discuss कर लिया, otherwise ये class financial reporting की class बन जाएगी, right? Indies 115 को अगर deep में discuss करेंगे तो, but this is how the questions are asked. ठीक है, एक दो questions और लेते हैं हम लोग. Of course, you may be feeling bit tired, right? क्योंकि हम लोगों ने 90 minutes बोला था and already crossed 90 minutes. But फिर भी we should cover something, right? One question which companies do regularly ask is how key audit matters is different from emphasis of matters. आपने पढ़ा होगा in audit that there are key audit matters which are asked, and there are emphasis of matters. Correct. So how is this different? Yeah, let me ask you very practical question about this. If
key audit matter is
okay, so let me slightly tweak this question. My question is that let's say company receives a notice from income tax department. Okay. Now this notice, you will take it in emphasis of matter paragraph or key audit matter paragraph. Okay, again, like my again personal request is please unmute yourself and give the answer.
Sir, because key audit matters, we have to see whether the auditor's professional judgment is involved or not, and the matter which is communicated from income tax, whether it is impacting our disclosure and presentation of financial items. When it comes to emphasize on other matter paragraph, it basically describes the other disclosure other than the presentation and disclosure of the matter presented on financial statement. So when the company or the entity receives the notice from the income tax department, it is the duty of the auditor to understand whether it is impacting his professional judgment, which he required to give the users of the financial statement in a very transparent way. So based on this criteria, we will determine whether it is a KM or EOM.
Okay, fantastic. Right. So I would say the first half of your answer is correct, right? The first half, second half is okay, but yes, the first half is right. Whatever is already presented and disclosed in the financial statements, right? If we are emphasizing on that, that matter will come in emphasis of matter, and whatever is you are discussing it in the whatever is not actually presented, okay, and that
Okay,
you
so
believe
most significant.
is important for users judgment, and the discussion have been done with TCWG, you will present it in key audit matters. Okay, so good answer, Girdhar. Well done. So well done. We have got one more winner the quiz. So apart from the three, right, we have got one more, and you please have to remember that you have to send your numbers on the office numbers, right? I am not noting it down, but I am just to just mention the names, right, after every answer. So for this one, Girdhar, right, please send your number on the office number. Okay, well done, good job. Okay, let's move forward. Should inventory be valued at LIFO or FIFO? As per Ind AS. Again, yes, if somebody can unmute and then answer it.
Inventory should be valued at FIFO, sir.
At FIFO, not at LIFO. Why?
Because it represents true picture of the position of the financial statements.
It shows what?
True position of financial statements.
LIFO doesn't show a true position. That's what you're saying, right?
It is showing, but there are certain criteria where we can use LIFO and FIFO, but most preferably we use
So you can
FIFO
use
only.
LIFO as well, right?
Yes, but certain criteria, exceptional criteria.
Certain criteria, all right. Okay. Yes, anyone else?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, it is based on the nature of inventory, whether to value at FIFO or LIFO method.
All right. Nature of inventory. Okay. Meet good try.
Because
All right. So देखो आप लोगों के आंसर्स काफी मुझे कुछ आंसर्स करेक्ट हैं आपके लेकिन देखो इंटरव्यू में केवल ये क्वेश्चन नहीं होता है आपसे कि लाइक लीफो बेटर है या फीफो बेटर है या लीफो यूज करना है फीफो यूज करना है जैसे काफी लोगों ने यहाँ पर एक अच्छा आंसर दिया है दैट इज कि लीफो इज नॉट अलाउड इन Ind AS, राइट, विच इज द राइट आंसर. ठीक है, लीफो इज नॉट एट ऑल अलाउड इन Ind AS. ओके, बट सम कंपनीज गो वन स्टेप फॉरवर्ड और ये करेक्ट आंसर भी है. ठीक है, Ind AS में लीफो अलाउड नहीं है, फीफो और वेटेड एवरेज ही अलाउड है, जैसे हितेश ने और इन्होंने आंसर दिए. वेरी गुड जॉब. बट द रियल क्वेश्चन हियर इज व्हाई. कंपनीज एक स्टेप और आगे चली जाती है और बोलती है कि व्हाई.
So maybe because
Yes, please.
so maybe because we are valuing it in NRV net realizable value. So if it is in FIFO method, the latest goods will be available with us in the stock. So it would be valued at the NRV as of say if it is if you're valuing it at March, April month NRV will be considered for determining the NRV net present net realizable value. So maybe because of that, we maybe in days they would have opted for LIFO method. I mean, FIFO method.
Actually, NRV is like see, like we compute NRV definitely, but first we'll check whether cost or NRV.
Cost or NRV, whichever is lower.
Whichever
Yes,
is lower. Although yes, your thought process is on the right lines, but the answer for this is that we are living in an inflationary economy, right?
Okay.
हम लोग इकोनॉमी में रह रहे हैं जहाँ पे प्राइसेस ग्रेजुअली बढ़ती जा रही है, राइट? कल जो चीज 10 रुपए की थी वो आज 11 की हो गई. 11 is becoming 12, 12 is becoming 13. So because we are living in an inflationary economy, LIFO will give a wrong picture. So your answer has to be like that. Okay, please note this question down. because this is the question which I've heard multiple times in the interviews. Okay, great job. But very good answers, very good participative audience here. I'm very glad. I'll take one last question because there are although many questions here. You can take a snapshot of this one. If NPV is positive by 1 crore, okay, this question I'm talking about. If NPV is positive 1 crore, purely based on financial perspective, will you approve that project or not? Okay, so this is a question about NPV and IRR, and it's a question about financial management. So if you find that in the project, the NPV of the project is 1 crore positive, will you accept that project or will you reject that project? That is the question. Purely based on financial perspective. Again, please give an oral answer on that.
So we can't decide it based on the financial perspective. We are in a position to see even the non-financial perspective. So like ethical values, the labor resources that we possess, and
like the question says very clearly that only from financial perspective we are talking about. Non-financial is something which is like maybe static or which they are not really considering. केवल financial perspective से आप उसको accept करोगे या reject करोगे?
Sir, it will be based on the valuation of the project.
On the valuation?
Yes, matlab if the project value is 100 crore and the NP positive is 1 crore, and it is less material to accept the project. Whether the matlab and the valuation is 10 crore, then 1 crore is material, so we can accept the project.
Valuation you are saying, right? Valuation is depends on valuation. Okay. Okay, we have to see if depends on IRR of the company. If the discount rate considered is reasonable enough and 1 crore is significant compared to value. If the discount rate considered, we'll accept the projects. Okay, so see, like now you will find multiple answers for this. Like if you're reading the answers in the chat, you will find that there are so many answers for that. Now, interview also face the same difficulty. You all are right. Nobody's wrong, but interview is looking for the most appropriate answer, right? Most appropriate answer has to be given, right? If you will say that we will accept the project, it is insufficient answer because they will ask for reasoning. If you will say the cost of capital, we have to see whether the cost of capital is sufficient or not. Okay, then again, there will be questions arising in their mind. So the answer for this question is basically, some of you, although given the right answers, that we have to simply see whether what is the IRR of the project. You can simply say in the simple terms, somebody has written that answer as well. That purely is simply saying that 1 crore is positive and I will accept this project. No. First, it depends on the IRR of the company. So first we have to compute the IRR and then only we can talk about whether we can accept it or not. If the IRR is not given, then we need to have the initial outflow, which I think Meet has talked about valuation. Okay, so instead of valuation, you have to say that what is the initial outflow. If we have that number, if you have outflow of 1 crore and you have NPV of 1 crore, that means you are earning 100%. If you have outflow of 100 crore and you are earning 1 crore out of that, you are getting an IRR of 1%. So if we either we should have IRR or we should have an initial outflow. Okay, either of these things. Okay, so great. I think this I've got some answers on that, but of course it is on the written mode, so I'm not declaring any winner. But yes, Meet in this case is although you use the word valuation instead of outflow, so good answer, right? So Meet is the winner for this particular question. All right, great job. So there are certainly lots and lots of questions which are practical, right? The point is that you have to be a bit practical about these ones. So one thing is clear, that we have to start preparing about the reasonings, maths, like that. Second, we have to be more application based, right? Index is something which you have to read In my next sessions, I will talk about which are the important indices you should start reading from now onwards. Because again, like we are definitely stretched out. So we are already half an hour ahead of the time limit. But index is something which you should start reading, and especially index 115. So if you have to do some preparation, please again start from that one. Then there will be another questions which are related to internships and all, like articleships, sorry, what sort of articleships and all. Last question, right? I have a last question, which is a general knowledge question, right? And then we will end up the session. And for that, I would request all of you, if you can turn on your videos also, so that we can take a snapshot and have a memory also, and that we did a session on so and so date with so many wonderful people. So, and I'll ask you a question on the general knowledge side. Okay, so this is certainly a great understanding about your understanding about current affairs. Okay, general knowledge, current affairs. This is one last question. Yes, if you can turn on your videos, please. Okay, it would be great. Okay, so I'm seeing Ashok, Vipul, right? Meet. Neha, great, great. Okay, good, good one. Yes, everyone, if you can simply turn on a video, and I would certainly ask you a question. I know जब आप लोग online mode में पढ़ते हो, तो yes, it is very difficult to turn on your videos because but yes, आगे आपको इंटरव्यूज जो देने रहेंगे, राइट? अभी तक जितने भी हो रहे हैं सब वर्चुअल इंटरव्यूज हो रहे हैं. ओके, तो वर्चुअल 90% वर्चुअल इंटरव्यूज हो रहे हैं. तो आपको धीरे धीरे करके ये मोड भी समझना पड़ेगा कि लाइक हाउ दिस मोड वर्क्स. ओके, बहुत सारी चीजें दैट यू नीड टू कवर अप. Okay, great. So now I have 2 questions related to general awareness. Okay, general awareness के 2 questions discuss कर रहे हैं. So one is the question which is related to the economy, right? काफी कंपनीज पूछती हैं कि आपकी क्या अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, what is the economy all about, right? So जो भी इसके लिए आंसर देना चाहते हैं, again अपने माइक को अनम्यूट करिएगा. So I have a question that what is the current GDP of India? What is the current GDP of India? Very good. Yeah, I got the answer from P. Bora, right? It is 2.9 trillion US dollar. Okay, fantastic, good job. Preeti, okay, great. So it is 2.9 trillion dollar. Please remember that आपको केवल और केवल सब्जेक्ट अपनी जगह बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, लेकिन साथ में प्लीज आपको जनरल अवेयरनेस का भी ध्यान रखना है, क्योंकि ये ऐसा क्वेश्चन है कि जैसे कि आपसे अगर पूछा जाए ना कि लाइक वेयर इज योर होम टाउन, आई मीन इट is basic question as that. From a chartered accountant, they will certainly expect that what is the total GDP of India. It is that common question. ठीक है, कई बार लोगों से इस क्वेश्चन की इंटरव्यू की शुरुआत ही यहाँ से हुई है कि लाइक प्लीज टेल मी that what is your view on the economy of India. ठीक है, so आपको start करना ही यहाँ से कि like right now the India's GDP is at around $3 trillion, and this is the growth projections, right? So this is how you need to answer. So general awareness, current affairs, very important. Okay, so we keep at least 2 to 3 sessions on general awareness as well. Although उसमें मैंने अभी आपको जब GD वाला पार्ट बताया तो उसमें मैंने ये पॉइंट आपको स्पेसिफिकली हाईलाइट नहीं किया ना, बट वी कीप 3 सेशंस एट लीस्ट फॉर जनरल अवेयरनेस. अभी आप क्या कर सकते हो, अभी आप स्टार्ट कर दो इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स, बिजनेस स्टैंडर्ड या फाइनेंशियल एक्सप्रेस, कोई भी ऐसा बिजनेस रिलेटेड न्यूज़पेपर्स रिलेटेड, प्लीज डू स्टार्ट इमीडिएटली. उसमें जितना आप स्टडी करोगे उतना इंटरेस्ट डेवलप होगा और उतना आपको फायदा होगा, राइट? वन मोर क्वेश्चन which is how much is the inflation rate as of now? Sorry, how much is the repo rate as of now? रेपो रेट कितना है अभी? ऑलराइट, इतनी देर में तो आप गूगल कर लेते हो, राइट? तो आप जो आंसर आएंगे वो गूगल वाले आएंगे, तो प्रॉब्लम है, ठीक है? सो इसलिए अभी वो आंसर्स तो मैं नहीं ले रहा हूँ. यस, बट द राइट आंसर इज 5.9%. ठीक है, सो ग्रेट जॉब. GD is all about general awareness, general knowledge, current affairs, okay, and your business understanding. Okay, great job. So आप लोगों को इस डायरेक्शन में अब आगे बढ़ना है, और I would again request you कि कोई भी अगर क्वेश्चन है तो उन क्वेश्चंस को don't keep it with yourself, do discuss either with your seniors or whoever like you believe. You have my ID as well, right? You have my number as well, so definitely get in touch. Okay, next on the next session, right, which is next Sunday again at 11 a.m. Same time, we'll be doing the another session on the second part of what after CA final. Okay, this second part is about more about a deep detailed discussion about the company specific preparation, right? कौन सी companies आती हैं, उन companies में कोई future है या नहीं है, आपको किन companies किन profiles को target करना चाहिए. I will be talking about that. Yes, definitely. Apart from the campus quiz तो हमको हर बार रखना ही है, because we'll be discussing more technical questions on that. So next will be more of career decisions. आपको जो career के decisions लेने हैं about that. So the kind of companies, the rounds which they conduct, the kind of questions which they ask, what is the future? Suppose internal audit में आप जाते हो, is there any future in that? Suppose you want to target Big Four, what is the future in that? If you want to become CFO, what is the future in that? आप कोई अलग टाइप की स्ट्रीम लेना चाहते हो, स्टॉक मार्केट लेना चाहते हो, अगर आप मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टिंग में जाना चाहते हो, किस तरह से जा सकते हो, तो ये सारे जो पॉइंट्स रहेंगे दैट विल बी कवरिंग इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन. सो ये हम लोगों की एक सॉर्ट ऑफ यू कैन से वेब सीरीज ही बन जाएगी, राइट? आई डिडंट थिंक कि डिस्कशन इतना लंबा जाएगा. सो पार्ट 1 आज हो गया, उसके बाद पार्ट 2 और अगर रिक्वायर्ड रहा तो फिर हम उसको आगे पार्ट 3 में भी कन्वर्ट करेंगे. Okay, great job. Thank you guys very much. And it has been almost 2 hours. Okay, आपने आपके एग्जाम्स के प्रेशर से निकल कर 2 hours spent करें. So and you participated so well. So thank you once again for your active participation and your wonderful listening. So I wish you great time, right? Please enjoy whatever time you have been. And use it smartly. That is what I would like to tell you. Okay, thank you very much once again. And if you have again any questions, yes, you can ask before we leave the meeting.
Sir, batch कब से start होगा?
Batch हम लोग start करेंगे from 25th.
25th और end date probably जब तक खत्म होगा पूरा.
25th हम लोग start करेंगे the batch. As such timings, the duration is 15 plus 6, which is almost 21 days. But जैसा मैंने आपको बताया है कि ये बैच डेफिनेटली स्पेशल बैच है प्री रिजल्ट्स, बिकॉज जो लोग डेयरिंग करते हैं, राइट, तो वो ही ज्वाइन कर पाते हैं. तो इस बैच का जो एक एडवांटेज है, वो एडवांटेज ये है कि अगर आप ये ज्वाइन करते हो तो यू कैन अगेन ज्वाइन आफ्टर रिजल्ट्स, राइट, विदाउट एनी एडिशनल कॉस्टिंग और समथिंग. आपने अगर अभी स्टार्ट करते हो तो आप ये बैच भी कर सकते हो, और बाद में जो बैच हम लोगों की पोस्ट एग्जाम्स बैच बनेंगे आप वो भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. सो यू विल गेट अ डबल एडवांटेज. अगर आप रिकॉर्डेड लेते हो अभी, सो रिकॉर्डेड लेने के बाद आप चाहो तो रिजल्ट्स के बाद लाइव बैच भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. सो देयर आर डेफिनेटली एडवांटेज टू ज्वाइन प्री रिजल्ट्स, बिकॉज यू विल गेट long duration, long time to read everything. After results तो क्या होता है कि within a week sometimes you get call from the company, तो time इतना नहीं मिलता है. Although maximum students results के बाद ज्वाइन करते हैं, ये भी एक फैक्ट है, लेकिन अगर ये टाइम आपके पास अवेलेबल है तो आप इस तरह से यूज कर सकते हो. सपोज इन केस रिजल्ट्स किसी भी तरह से आपके फेवर में नहीं आता है, गॉड फॉरबिड, नेक्स्ट जब भी आप ज्वाइन करना चाहोगे, यू डोंट हैव टू पे again, right? You can immediately join that company, So you have to pay only once and then you can enjoy it, the benefit at any point of time.
सर और संडे को रहते हैं ये क्लासेस कैंप ट्रिप
Sunday,
वाले
नहीं,
स्पेसिफिकली?
Sunday we will be doing only this one. जैसे आज हम लोगों ने एक वेबिनार करा था, नेक्स्ट संडे भी हम लोग वेबिनार ही प्लान करेंगे ऑन अ डिफरेंट टॉपिक which is more of company related discussion. Classes का टाइम अभी हम लोगों ने फाइनलाइज नहीं किया है, बट it will start from 25th of November.
ओके, हाँ वही कंसर्न था क्योंकि दिसंबर में ऐसा पॉसिबल नहीं था, तो अगर नवंबर में होता है तो फिर कर सकते हैं वही।
Yes, but it will go up to December. अगर हम 25th of November start करेंगे, so definitely December will also be covered in that one, first 2 weeks.
तो हाँ फर्स्ट वीक दिक्कत नहीं है, इन केस अगर उससे डिले होता है तो दिक्कत है इसलिए।
All right, all right. So that anyways you can tell us, because हम लोग आप लोगों से consent लेकर ही start करेंगे. We'll take your opinion on that. Okay, so I hope it has been you got some insights today, and thank you very much once again for your wonderful participation.
थैंक यू सर।
Okay, I have some more specific questions also. So देखो, अब मेरा आपको ये suggestion है कि अगर आप चाहो तो you can directly message me as well, right? You have my WhatsApp number, तो आप मुझे direct message कर लो, तो मैं आपको और थोड़ा specific answer कर सकता हूँ, ठीक है? Okay, bye bye. Thank you. Have a nice day.